Good afternoon. I'm Tim McMenamin. I'm running for your state representative in House District 41. That includes Milwaukie and Oak Grove and Clackamas, and Sellwood, Westmoreland, Eastmoreland, and the Brentwood, Darlington neighborhood in Multnomah County. Please accept my apology. I am not in the voters pamphlet. I was unable to raise the money before the deadline. But the question I get most is, why would I leave my position as a pharmacist to run for state representative? I reply, as a 58-year-old pharmacist who was born and raised in our district, I am worried that I will not be able to retire in 12 years because of our ever-increasing cost of living here in Oregon. Salem has increased spending by 63% in the last 10 years. That's $27 billion. Has your paycheck increased 63% in the last 10 years? Like many of you, I have not had a raise since the Great Recession in 2008. My take-home pay is now barely enough to cover my medical premiums, property taxes, insurance, utilities, food, and fuel. If you are in the same position, then I urge you to check out my website, timmcmenamin.com, and take a look at the tab marked Updates, or click on one of the many icons for true and accurate information. When I look at my 3 young children, I wonder if they will be like many other young adults here in Oregon that must leave our state for a job elsewhere in America. At least they will graduate high school, which is an accomplishment since Oregon has one of the worst graduation rates in America. We also lead the nation in the percent of Oregonians who must rely on food stamps to feed their families. Our economy stubbornly lags behind the rest of the country, and too many folks are unemployed or underemployed due to 30 years of one-party rule here in Oregon. Environmental lawyers have successfully shut down that which made Oregon prosperous in the first place, like farming, fishing, forestry, manufacturing, and mining. The Salem political machine is trying to pass the largest tax increase on you in Oregon's history. I am leading the charge to rein in our state's out-of-control spending, slash the red tape, jumpstart our private sector, dramatically improve graduation rates, and help all Oregonians reach their full potential. Just as we did for 130 years, from 1859 when Oregon became a state to 1987 when Oregon was taken over by one party. The result has brought us to this moment where Oregon is on the precipice of bankruptcy. These systemic failures across all state agencies and our public school districts, including child abuse in our foster care system, drug cartels, and a homeless epidemic, are examples where a lack of oversight has allowed corruption to flourish. Oregon's Department of Human Services failed all federal child care standards. If this does not concern you, then just wait and see what happens when our silver tsunami begins to retire. Our state agencies have lacked oversight, transparency, and accountability. As a pharmacist, I will work to change this. It is time to put party affiliations aside. We vote again in 2 years. If I have not kept my promise to rein in Salem spending, stand up to selfish special interest groups and the career politicians, then you can always vote for the same old politics in 2 more years, which brought Oregon to where we are today. If you believe that every tax dollar is too important to waste, then you must also agree that my campaign for your state representative is too important to leave up to another out-of-state career politician who moved here to Oregon several years ago to advance her political agenda. I urge you to vote for Tim McMenamin for State Representative, House District 41. Thank you for your time and consideration.